Welcome everyone to another Agile Scrum Master making Linux distribution better live here on this channel. Yesterday I've seen, and I had this already on my to-do, that NFS utils was using an outdated package name and thus didn't build with NFS version 4 support. And although nobody is using NFS version 4 probably anyway, which is also why nobody noticed that except Node stopped to build. I had this on my to-do, which was checking that the packages even exist, because I knew, like in this case, it was basically a bug, but it also, for those people that's like, yeah, just script kiddie, it would have happened also in C, C++, PHP, Perl, Ruby, even freaking Zig, or Rust, if you call functions like, because Rust is not checking for all bugs, just memory borrowing, and so logic bugs would also all occur in all the other languages. Before you're like, yeah, but you shabby shell scripting. So let's make this a better place. I knew that already because I added packages that didn't exist to Blender or maybe even OBS or so, because we had to explicitly disable this 2023, and like 20 years ago, GNU AutoConf stuff checked for features and usually disabled optional stuff, or didn't enable it, like 20 years ago, configure script checked, and if like libjpeg or whatever, or libav1, David and all the other modern stuff, or Vulkan isn't there, it just wouldn't build with this. Now with these dozens of modern build systems that are so amazing, they check and then complain that it's not there, and you need to explicitly, like not always, but often, 2023, you need to, like, they're checking it and then they fail and you need to explicitly disable it. So I know that for sure I have a handful or a dozen, something of that sort, packages, names in there that don't exist, and I had on my to-do to actually print on a warning, and so actually people get reminded, right? And so yesterday we saw just a consequence that also avoid bugs. This is also hotfix GCC for 2 patch. Interesting. So let's revert that just for a test. Of course, I will not commit this, so let's only revert this locally. This is merge, reverse merge, negative revision Z with all the typos. So, and so the bug was, to reiterate yesterday's video, package installed lib NFS ID map, and that was a package until some years ago when they moved this into NFS utils. So it was a hidden bug. And so yeah, let's change our package installed function to actually print on the warning. So that would be somewhere in course. So basically the usual Agile, let's, without a design document, and just as we uncover bugs and features or customer requested stuff, let's just do it without much planning, because let's just Scrum it. So function is our Agile innovative and stuff team here. Package installed, so that is just here, and so that is either selected on also, so that is basically we want at stage stuff egrep, what is it even, check if a package is already installed. It does not check the build list. It does check the build list. If not in the rebuilds, there the wording is a little bit, yeah. And the really install package data for rebuilds, and so for menu builds. So that probably relies on the exit status here of egrep or test, so that is a little bit open coded. How do we do that now best? So what I wanted to do is maybe for tests, I mean, we probably don't really need this. We probably could rely, I mean, instead of explicitly saving, we could actually reset last status, last root. Can you do this more elegant? This is a test. It's a little bit. So if that's not successful, because you can write this in multiple other ways. So we need to return this state, right? So if it wasn't found, so basically just check it. And if it's not installed, I mean, so in any case we will I mean, we could, maybe it is easier. We actually, is it more readable to write if that is selected and return maybe? And when we are here, this might be actually vastly more readable, to be honest. So either, so I need to, why does this not? Ah, now it started streaming. Why does this? Don't know. I talked. After cleaning my nose, I talked like now a minute now to myself. That is, of course, you click on start streaming, it doesn't start streaming. What a fail. Nah. So in the meantime, I probably you missed here like a minute of Scrum mastering. So yeah, I think this is more readable than what I wanted to start in the beginning of using this implicitly saved last command error state in $? Here. If it's found returning, so it's probably more readable to like then return. Otherwise, like if you're here and explicitly false, that false returning false here, or returning the, actually it's basically also implicitly returning the last command error code here, basically generating a last command error code. Installed package checked, or package installed package checked does not exist. So let's see how this looks. Let's build as utils, and because as usual what's not tested is broken. So what I expect is a warning here, but it doesn't warn yet. This is, why do we not see a warning? A recurring case of what's not tested is broken. Ah, here. I saw installed package checked. Ah, it is possible I installed this yesterday, so let's, maybe I have it in the system. Actually, this raises a question, and I didn't see, so okay, now this works. Installed package checked lib NFS ID map does not exist. I think this is helpful. So the only, okay, this can revert this in, revert package NFS utils. The question is, I mean, you still need to watch it, right, as a developer, but I think like a recurring reminder, of course it's not the super most important, but at least somewhat recurring reminder, especially if you build emerge single packages, even as a user, also motivating users, right? You emerge KDE GNOME and you might get a warning on other, and like if that means something to the educated pro user, they might be more enticed and motivated to send a patch. So let's check that maybe with Blender. Okay, exactly what I expected. So yeah, I did intentionally not download this because I didn't really even want to build this necessarily. Let's see, is that the latest version? Do we have one win of, is there some update? 3.5. This appears to be the latest version. That is amazing. So yeah, exactly what I remember. And so there is one Embre we could, actually we could see if we can steal it as this Intel Embre. Yeah, maybe we make the usual win and OBS Studio there. Because there is none for that yet. But I remember I added one or twice. Let's Power on my old workstation. Let's check OBS Studio and then let's finish with packaging Intel Embrace. Also, we can commit this already for you playing along at home. That was scripts function. So that would be. This is probably. I guess it should work right. Edit. That was package installed. Non-existing packages. Edit package installed warning for non-existing packages or something of that sort. And then OBS Studio. Let's quickly, because I remember OBS Studio, we at times miss those updates. Alright, this is some GitHub URL, darn. But they're release tables suck and don't have all the externals, because why should they? 2903 is the usual win-win of updates. That data should do, but we still need to improve our AI. Oh, this also this. So then Intel Embrace, let's 192.68.2202 as root. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, I might not have that. T2A ports, do they have? Hey, they have Embrace. Let's steal it here. With stealing, I mean autoconvert from Alpine A ports, because why not? Previous video, right? Shameless YouTuber steals open source packages from other Linux distributions. And yeah, let's also check if that is the latest version. That would then be Intel Embrace here. Let's maybe improve the contrib metadata. High performance. Okay, so our metadata is usually high performance ray tracing, kernel high performance. Yeah. So I don't really need all this Windows and Mac OS stuff in there, so oops, no. Intel Embrace High Performance Ray Tracing Library developed at Intel. Okay, so Intel Embrace developed at Intel, right? So a little bit non-native English, non-repetitive English perfection here. Level what? I mean, yeah, x86 there, there. It's like whatever. Maybe x86 and ARM CPUs as well as Intel Arc without all the bloody trademark stuff. GPUs, like who cares of which bloody operating systems? Probably Intel here though. APL maybe, whatever, and they have GitHub. Oh, this wait, APL, that was Apache 4. Oh, there's 401. Well, let's use a chance of update. I auto-converted this. I've stored this packages some 4 or 5 months ago and then update this since then. So 401. Let's make this 401 instantly and OBS Studio for you playing, for you live streaming from amazing T2 Linux, playing along, live streaming along at home. Let's test build this Embrace stuff here. See what happens. So I didn't auto-commit this. I committed some 500 plus auto-converted packages, but only those who built. So maybe this didn't build, or it starts to build though. Not sure what was the issue then. But I mean, there could still be whatever. I mean, okay, it's also a new version, but so like one thing or another. So yeah, need performance. Serious SIMD code takes a while to epic thread rip on non-Intel AMD CPUs. Actually, this, I know they wrote x86. I was just, did they wrote Intel CPUs, but I guess they wrote x86 CPUs. Do they have the same? Yeah, x86 actually didn't mind. They could have written Intel CPUs for a repetitive Intel trademark overload. So yeah, that's how we make our Linux distribution more feature complete and more amazing. One agile epic Scrum master ring live here on this channel. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. As usual, one small step for T2 Linux, one big step for more users, developer adoption and playing along at home. So this failed with silly things. Undefined reference to stuff. This might be LTO, looks a little bit LTO-ish. That is why we test this shit actually. So we could also test, so that's basically no LTO maybe and cross maybe. Let's rebuild that here. Let's test cross compiling. This is not autocomplete in strings. Some more, also already better boosting. Okay, this failed. How? So the cross-compiling failed in some way. This is where we test this. And what makes T2 an amazing cross-compiling distribution? All the work configuring and patching. Okay, TBB, we have that, let's see, TBB or so, or maybe thread building. This is not marked. Nothing like win-win of marking another package to cross-compile. Yeah, 2023 and not all sources. Just LTO, recurring theme of like, why not? Although it may or may not be another issue. Okay, TBB built there. Also, by the way, once upon a time, actually wait, this is just cross-build, right? So once upon a time there was supposed to be a new release. Let's see if 23 there finally. What, this is still the freaking latest version? 2 years later, so last week. What? Why is this? Last week, 21. What? Do I need to understand this? 3 weeks ago they released 2021? No. Okay, fine. I have no further questions, Sherlock. Or Watson, or whoever. Okay, this still fails with undefined reference to, did we not know LTO either? How does this still fail? Okay, fine. That is something for you playing along at home, so maybe that fixes something, maybe not. Okay, that is still, so I guess it has a chance to cross-compile if it wouldn't. I mean, usually stuff should also cross-compile if it's not doing tricky build strange native executable helper things and 100% and run stuff generating like LVM client table gen and some such stuff. Wait, that is crazy. It successfully cross-built installing user source minimal. What the heck? What does it install? So it cross builds and doesn't native build? Why does it install user source minimal? Shit. That is of course, yeah, that is not ideal. It also installs, okay, it pollutes the, I mean, it's like 2023, nothing like Intel, let's dump all kind of random, I mean, why not one executable with build bench and stuff? This is a little bit excessive. Also user bin models, like you had one job. I mean, at least it's include embre 4. So lib is not super ideal. This lib is, so this is a bug. But I'm not doing this. So this lib needs lib 64, but yeah, 2023 and AAA major Fortune 500 companies don't know how to install and stuff on Unix systems. It's like 40 years after Unix, people still dump shit all over the place. But anyway, at least it's there already. I mean, we could check. Let's give it one quick check for lib64. Lib64 stuff. Okay, it ironically has here some object. Yeah, it doesn't have object here. CMake. libdir, lib64, lib, oh come on, you had one, libs, static libs, libname, embre, cache, okay, much. I mean, we might be able to auto-translate that if the bloody CMake stuff in 2023 still doesn't handle libdir properly somehow. Looks a bit like that. So like, yeah, okay, then you had me at that. I do it the next time I actually need it for something, but tiny little bit of win-win. Do we have all the other stuff? Still some stuff probably to sort here, as really currently obvious. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, maybe Patreon. Have a good day night, and see you soon for all the next Agile Scrum Mastering to come.